Hi guys, and welcome to another tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be talking about classes in Java. So basically, classes and objects in Java are the basic concepts of object-oriented programming, or OOP. Okay, so a class is like a user-defined blueprint or a prototype that we use to create objects. And to make this clear, let's just go straight into an example. Okay, so we want to create a class that represents the entity of a person. All right, so let's create a class named person. So what we're gonna do is type the keyword class and then type the name of our class. So I'm gonna name it person. Okay, so basically this person is going to have a name. So it's gonna be string. So I'm gonna type in string name. All right, and the person is gonna have an age. So int age. The person is going to have an address. So string address, and that's enough for our example. Okay, so now we have an entity called person, or a class person, and the person has the following properties or attributes: name, age, and address. So whenever we create an object of this class, meaning that we are creating an instance of this person, right? So this person or this instance is going to have its own name, its own age, and its own address. All right, so let's see how to do this. We actually treat this class like a data type, like the integers or so. So we type in the name of their class, which is person, right? Then space, and then we give a name to our object. So I'm gonna name it P1. It's gonna be equal to new person, and then brackets, and then we end up with a semicolon. So now we have a person which is P1. It's an instance of the person, right? And this P1 is going to have its own name, its own age, and its own address. Let's create another person. Person P2 is equal to new person, right? So P2 is going to have a different name, a different age, and a different address. So let's fill these data for the person one, P1 and P2. So P1 name is equal to Bassel, and P1 age is equal to 23, and P1 address is equal to Giza, Egypt, for example. All right, and then we have the P2. So P2 name is equal to Akmal, for example, and P2 age is equal to 60. P2 address is equal to Cairo, Egypt. Okay, so right now we have two persons, P1 and P2. Each object has its own data for the name, for the age, and for the address. Okay, can also put methods to our class. All right, so I'm gonna put a method. This method is going to print the data of the person, right? So to do this, we're just gonna type void print data, or I'm gonna call it print info. All right, okay, so it's a void method because it does not return a thing, right? It just prints the info on the terminal. So system out the print line person's info, for example, and then we're gonna print the name. So system out the print line, and then name, then plus, and then name, right? So the variables inside the class can be used directly inside any method, as you can see right here. System out the print line, age, and then plus age, and then system dot out dot println address, and then plus address. Right. Okay, so basically this method is going to print all the info for this person. So we're gonna call this method for object P1, and we're gonna call it for object P2 to print the data of both of them. So P1 dot print info, and then P2 dot print info. So let's run our program, and as you can see, here are the info for the first person, and this is the info for the second person. Alright, so that's it guys for this quick tutorial about classes in Java, and see you in the next one.